Okay, so did you see that TCS just hit a huge milestone? Like a really big one.
Oh, you mean the one about their brand value? Yeah, I saw that. It's pretty impressive, actually.
Yeah, $21.3 billion. I mean, that's a massive jump from their 2.3 billion back in 2010. How did they even manage that?
Well, according to the press release, it's a combination of a lot of things, like consistent innovation, investment in AI, and a focus on customer satisfaction.
So it's not just about one thing. That makes sense. So is it like a snowball effect where once you start investing in those areas, it just keeps growing?
Yeah, that's a pretty good analogy, actually. It's like the more they invest in innovation and client relationships, the stronger their brand gets and the more value they generate, right?
Right. And it mentioned something about being the second global IT services brand to cross $20 billion. Is that like a really big deal?
Oh, absolutely. It's huge. It means they're among the top players in the industry globally. And, it shows the impact they're having on the market.
So it's not just a random number, but a real reflection of their brand strength. I see.
Exactly. And what's interesting is they've been tracking this for about 20 years, according to Brand Finance. So it's really been a consistent effort.
Wow, 20 years. That's a really long time to be consistently innovating and building a brand.
Yeah. And they have 600,000 employees who, as the press release says, proudly carry their brand forward. So that's a huge team working toward that goal.
That's a lot of people. It really gives a sense of scale and makes you think about the impact of their work. So they're really big on innovation, right?
Absolutely, especially in areas like AI, which they see as key to optimizing operations and enhancing customer experiences. They're not just slapping AI on everything, though, they're also focusing on ethical and long term impact.
Okay, that's good. It's important to think about the ethical implications of AI. So they're using AI in cool ways, it sounds like.
Yeah, and it's not just about technology, but also customer satisfaction, which is a big piece of their strategy. They were ranked number one in Europe by Whitelane Research for customer satisfaction.
That's quite an achievement. So it seems like they really value their clients.
Exactly. And they also focus on sustainability. They're using digital twin technology to reduce carbon emissions and are working on hydrogen powered aircraft engines with Rolls-Royce.
That's fascinating. It's like they're covering so many bases, from technological advancement to environmental responsibility.
Right. It shows they're thinking long term and aren't just focused on profits, which is something you really see companies moving toward.
I agree. And it also makes sense to invest in sustainable practices given the global climate situation. They seem to be very future focused, huh?
Yeah, and their marketing efforts are also a big part of their success. For example, they sponsor many global marathon races.
Oh, I didn't know that. Why marathons?
Well, it increases their brand visibility. They sponsor 14 major endurance running races, including some of the biggest marathons. And that really engages a lot of people.
Okay, that's smart. So it's not just about pushing their name, but also promoting health and wellness, right?
Exactly. Plus, they use technology to enhance athletic performance with initiatives like the Future Athlete Project, which utilizes digital twin technology to monitor athletes' heart function.
Wow, that's a really unique way to leverage technology. It's not just about business, but also sports.
Yeah, and their partnership with Jaguar, TCS Racing in the Formula E Championship further emphasizes their commitment to innovation in sustainable tech.
Okay, so they're also in electric racing. So it's like they're covering all these different kinds of events. It's a great way to get the word out.
It is. They're really covering all the bases. They have customer summits, industry trade shows, and technology alliances, which really help them engage with their global customers.
It sounds like a lot of work. But all these things they're doing kind of tie into each other. They're not operating in silos, right?
Exactly. It's a very cohesive strategy. Plus, they also produce thought leadership content like studies on AI and EV markets, which positions them as experts in these fields.
That's strategic. Being seen as experts definitely helps build trust and credibility in these cutting edge areas, right?
Right. And they're not just talking about these topics, they're actively implementing them. It's all part of how they're growing their brand value.
So it's kind of like if you think about a tree, they're strengthening their roots with innovation, customer service, and sustainability to support this growth of their brand.
That's a great analogy. It's not just about marketing or sales, they're focusing on all the essential parts to create a strong, lasting brand, I guess.
Yeah, and they've been partnering with many of the world's largest companies for over 56 years. That really says something.
It does. That long-term focus and experience plays a big role, right? They've seen the industry change and they've adapted to it.
It's like they've been evolving alongside the tech world and becoming a very solid company.
Yeah, and they have over 607,000 consultants in 55 countries. It really gives you a sense of their global reach and impact.
That's incredible. It's like a huge global network that they've built, huh?
It is, and all of this contributes to their consolidated revenue, which was $29 billion in the last fiscal year. It's pretty wild, actually.
Wow, it's clear they've created a pretty impressive global presence and revenue stream.
Right, and they're also recognized for their sustainability efforts by being included in indices like the MSCI Global Sustainability Index.
That's also huge. They're getting recognized for doing more than just business, you know?
Yeah, and it highlights their focus on climate change and communities. It's a whole package of business success and social responsibility.
It is. I mean, it's really impressive how they've managed to build such a strong brand by focusing on so many different aspects of their business and the world.
Absolutely. And I think this achievement is a testament to their commitment to continuous improvement and innovation, you know?
Definitely is a great example of how a company can build value by focusing on more than just profits. It's a great example of a strong, well-rounded brand.
Yeah, it's a great story of growth. And it's also a reflection of how the tech industry is evolving. It's pretty exciting, right?
It is, and it makes you wonder what the next major milestone will be. I can't wait to see.
Me neither. It's a great story to follow. By the way, if you're enjoying this kind of content, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel.
Yes, absolutely. And what are your thoughts on how AI might continue to transform businesses going forward? And how will it impact things like brand value?
That's a great question. It makes you think a bit, doesn't it?